Right, we are officially live. We're officially not outside, which is quite disappointing because it's actually
I
quite a nice
know.
day. But we've been really busy, Josie. Like too
We're not
busy.
practicing what we preach.
No, I feel really bad.
I've still got all my steps in today,
Mm,
and I've got another dog walk to do.
that is more impressive than me. All I've been, all I've been doing is unpacking from one holiday and packing for my next holiday. That's what
I mean, that is living the life.
I've literally been in work for like 2 days, running around like an idiot, and now I'm off on holiday again. So that's great. So I don't know how many steps I've done, but probably not enough.
Do you want
But
to briefly say what you're doing on your holiday?
maybe I'm not going to be able to do a lot of steps. Put it that way, because I'm going on a boat. Well, me and my son James are going sailing a 16-ton racing yacht out of Hartlepool for 5 days, doing our Royal Yachting Association competent crew qualification. So there you go.
Do you like swimming? Do you get to go in the water?
I sincerely hope we don't go in the water because that probably means that like the boat's going to disappear
Just
over the
sink.
horizon, and we're like, yeah. That's not. It's not high on my list of things to do on this particular adventure.
I couldn't even go in the water, never mind, on a boat.
No. Yeah, I just find that like for somebody who grew up in Whitley, the fact that you don't like the sea, I just find a little bit
Terrified. Absolutely terrified. Nah.
Yeah. So yeah. So we're currently sitting at home, each of us, aren't we? And so yeah, hopefully the sound quality is okay on this because we've just been trying to figure out the tech to get this working. So yeah, apologies if the sound quality isn't up to our usual high standards.
No more crunchy feet of
No more
walking.
crunchy feet, barky dogs, bicycle bells ringing,
Yeah.
all that kind of good stuff. My son may well just wander through in about 5 minutes looking for some more food. Who knows? Who knows?
Yeah, and apologies for last week, not getting one out. We were supposed to, but unfortunately the girl I was doing it with ended up not being very well. So we didn't end up getting one.
Yeah, well, we're going to do it today, but I know nothing about well, not a lot about nutrition. So I think Claire's question actually, because that dropped in, and I thought that was going to be a great one for you and Emma, because I don't know what the answer is. I genuinely don't know. Let me find the question from Claire, which was, and I know you spoke to Claire directly on this one, but this is to kind of share the rest of it with the group. So the question from Claire is it better to eat even if you're not hungry to reach your calorie intake target? Or do you basically not eat if you're not hungry and have a low calorie day? So which do we go? So we're not hungry, do we eat to reach our calorie target, or do we not bother? I don't know.
There is so much you can kind of go into that with. And first of all, everybody is individual. So I could tell you exactly what I would preach right now. But again, everybody is so individual that you've got to do what works for you and your hormones. Especially on a woman's point of view, there is no single person with the same hormones. Obviously, with males as well, but with females, as in regards to menstrual cycle, menopause, everything like that. So hunger levels. Hunger levels will change depending on your everyday. So usually, believe it or not, the days that I like double train, I'm actually not that hungry. I think because my body is so up a height that it's kind of like my metabolism's just not really kicking in for food. Whereas the days that I'm resting, everybody like, not everybody, sorry, that's the wrong word, but a lot of people, like coaches maybe say like have a little bit less on those days because you're not training and use those extra calories for training days. Whereas actually, I would say my rest days are when I need like almost more calories because my body's resting. It's actually starting to incorporate what I've done. It's building the muscle, and I'm starving on those days. Like I am literally a bottomless pit on a rest day. God bless my cupboards, and definitely don't do a food shop on that day. Um, so yeah, it really, really depends. However, to answer that question, so thinking about you specifically, Claire, again, everybody is different. I would say because you, I hope you don't mind me saying this, came from a background of like lower calorie intake, thinking that was kind of the best way to diet, which if you would like to share your progress, Claire, and to others, everybody knows we're on a lot higher calories and still losing weight, which is great. But yeah, coming from like a low calorie background to then still to start increasing food, you're going to get full really quickly. my example, because I love a personal example, is coming back off holiday. So I'm probably one of the only people that go on holiday and hardly eat anything. I really struggle in the heat to eat anything. So when I came back, I was probably away eating as little as like 1,200, 1,300 calories. Purely because I don't drink either, so like I didn't really get any alcohol calories, nothing like that. To then coming home and then my coach being like, you need to eat about 2,000 like 400 calories. Like I couldn't even stomach half of that. So however, I did have to eat that, so I ate it through like smoothies and then yogurt bowls and things like that, and really bulking it up. But it was really important for me. I could have just, left it for the rest of the week because I knew I was going out at the weekend. I could have like banked my calories for then, but making sure I ate that so I could train well, so my hormones would be better. Because the second I eat not enough, like I actually start to lose hair quite often. My mood dips. Ben's met a hungry Josie before. It's not great.
It's
But it's
terrible. It's horrid.
I really, really recommend trying to eat the goals which are for you. Again, not everybody tracks, but on a day that you kind of know you normally have your 3 or 4 meals a day, try stick to those 3, 4 meals a day, or it will interfere with the rest of your schedule. It can really affect your sleep if you've not had enough food for the day. Going to bed hungry is one of the worst things. Like, not obviously, I mean, for yourself, because you're lying there and you're like, can't wait for breakfast. But it's also just like your body's not satisfied. You're about to enter like a, hopefully for everybody, like 8 hours fast. Including that up to like 16 hours can be really dangerous for a lot of them.
Yeah, yeah. Is there something as well? You kind of touched on it around your metabolism levels, because I think it's very often people get into that very low calorie, which then leads to low metabolism. So then you need to reduce your calories again, and then your metabolism lowers, and you just kind of end up in that cycle of basically not eating enough, and your body constantly fighting to try to reduce your metabolism because it's just not got enough energy in the system to work with, basically. So is that a big part of it as well? That you need to
Yeah,
make sure that you've
definitely.
still got those calories in the system to kind of maintain that healthy metabolism?
Yeah, definitely. A really, really common thing that we see, and especially when I was doing my degree, like a lot of um, like case studies was people coming off like the 1,200 diet or the 1,600, and they were like, we're not losing weight. I'm so active. I'm getting my steps in, like whatever it is a day for you. You're eating that low calorie, and you're not losing weight anymore, or you've plateaued. That is because your body is in fight mode. It is literally like it's trying so hard to hold your organs together, keep your body moving. If you, especially if you're putting it into stress by training. But if you're on that little calories and still training, hats off, because your body probably has zero energy.
Yeah.
To then be trying to sleep as well and think and move, and like a big question I always ask clients when I think that they may be on too low of calories is, how often do you fidget during the day? Like, how often do you tap your toes or you move your hands when you're talking? Like, a big thing that I think both me and you do is that we like move our hands when we're talking.
Yeah.
That usually means that you've got enough calories because your body has that energy. If you genuinely like the thought of even, getting up to go like to the bathroom or to grab something feels like so much effort, your body's not got enough energy to move on. So your body then doesn't want to lose weight because that is a lot of work for it.
Yeah.
Which is why people get really shocked when they've been on like a 1,600 diet, and then I go, we're gonna lose weight, but you can actually eat 2,000 calories, and they're like, yeah, no, like that's impossible. And then all of a sudden they start eating it, and like a week later they've dropped like a ridiculous like 2 kilos.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, that's why, because your body needed that energy to actually lose the weight.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's really interesting that, like you say, you're kind of always in that fight mode. Your body's desperately trying to have enough energy just to keep alive. So yeah, that's really interesting. And yeah, I do fidget like all the time. I don't sit still. And I thought, well, I'm glad to know that it's just because I've got enough energy in the system. I thought it's just because I was like hyperactive and couldn't sit still long enough. So it's just because I'm eating enough. Obviously, that's great. Good to know. Thank you.
But we all know it because, like, for example, on Sunday, I did a almost 2 hour run, came in, and yeah, I was knackered. But even like an hour later, my mum literally said to us, because I was like, "Oh, it's upstairs. Like, I'll have to go." And she was like, "I don't understand how you can go for a 2 hour run, but you can't be bothered to even just walk up the stairs." Like, it was literally just to grab my keys. because I hadn't ate straight
Yeah,
after
yeah,
my run. I was knackered, and it wasn't my physical body; it was my mental. Like the thought of walking up the stairs, I was like, I just can't be bothered.
yeah,
And you're like, it is because I've not got enough energy in the tank to actually do something, and really, that's just not the quality of life that you want.
yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
so to be able to have that energy is really important for
Yeah.
your body. So
Yeah.
yeah, eat, basically to answer your question. So the first part is, should you eat enough? Yes, eat your calories. Like that is important. They are set for you for a reason. If you again still don't track, you should still be eating, even if your body isn't hungry sometimes. Obviously not. That's not me now excusing you going to the snack drawers just because you've had your lunch and you're like, oh, well, maybe I need something else. It is genuinely your 3 kind of meals a day, possibly 4 if you do train, um, snacks in between. But it's more so the side of like, you need to refuel your body. Second part was, should you keep them for another day? So that is kind of another part. So I'm going to kind of contradict what everything I've just said there by basically saying sometimes I will say to a client if they have a big weekend coming up. So last weekend I was out, and basically through the week I cut 50 calories off all my days. So then it meant like I had another 400 calories extra for my Saturday out. Basically just all cocktails. But it meant like I had more calories that day to use, but I didn't cut it drastically. Literally like 50 calories a day. You know, it was like 2 less of rice cakes that I didn't have. I would never ever cut it by like 100 a day or 200. So I think, Claire, on your question I think you were like under by quite a bit, like 200-300.
Yeah.
That's way too much.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I'm going to say you're not contradicting yourself, because there is that element of like everybody's an individual within this, and that advice that you've just given of like you've kind of got a calorie bank, if you like, because this is something that I used to advise people on as well. Is say, for example, your calorie intake is meant to be 2,000 a day, then you've effectively got 14,000 calories to use during the week. And it's a case of like, if you know you've got like a big event on a Saturday night or something like that, and you know that that's going to be a load of drink and a load of food, it's like you kind of want to be able to save some of those calories in your calorie banks, that you kind of don't go overdrawn, and then all of a sudden you're kind of scrambling to catch up on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday into the week following. So I think that is like really, really important as well, to say yes, you want to be eating your calories, but also to have that little bit of flexibility and that little bit of wiggle room in there, to say, well, actually a day's 2,000, but you know what, I'm out on the drink on Friday night because it's, you know, a mate's birthday or whatever it is. It's like, well, cool, cut some out, but don't go mental. It's not like 200 calories a time, it's a small amount of calories a time.
Yeah, because you've got the week after as well. Like, literally, I sometimes, if I know I'm going out on the Saturday, I'll still keep my whole week the same, because sometimes you don't know what's going to happen. Like, when I went for pizza the other week, I thought I was going to go way over my calories, so I saved throughout the week. I literally, I didn't even hit over my normal calories, so it meant, I had extra calories for the week coming up. But there's also the point of what you can do is say I'm going out Saturday, this week, just eat normal, and the week after, reduce it, because reduce by how much you maybe went over, last week, rather than going, right, get it, I've saved 400 calories this week, I'm going to go mental on Saturday, and then blow it by another 2,000. There's that. But obviously, go have a nice time and all that, but I also sometimes disagree with everybody that says it's one night of the year, go out and have a good time, because it's never just one night of the year. And if you've got a goal, stick to your goal, just adapt your lifestyle by it.
I think that's what I was thinking there as well. It's because we're talking kind of week to week here as well. It's as long as over time, month to month, weight loss is going down or going up, if muscle mass, muscle building is your thing as well, as long as over time you're hitting your goal, then the kind of the week to week and the day to day almost doesn't matter, does it? It's a case of are we still on track? And what you do on a daily basis should lead towards that, but it's not like you've got to be 100% every single day. There's wiggle room in there.
Yeah, and usually if you're in a deficit, you're below your maintenance. So if you don't know what maintenance is, I'll really briefly over it. Basically, I think I said it last week. So it was basically what your body needs to survive in general. It means if you are sitting at your maintenance level, you shouldn't gain and you shouldn't lose weight. You should literally maintain at the body weight you're at. So if you're on quite a big deficit already, so say your maintenance is 2,000 calories and you're at, no, sorry, yeah, say 2,000 calories and you're eating like 1,800, then just go up to 2,000. Like, you're not going to change weight at all, rather than thinking about like, oh, I've gone way over my deficit. You actually might not have.
Yeah. And I don't know what you do in terms of the calculation side of things. I know you do an awful lot in terms of calculation. What I'm saying is I don't know because I've not seen you do it, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But some of that stuff, when we're kind of putting the calcs in and saying like, oh, your calorie intake should be 2,000, for example. Well, it might be 2,000, but in fact, for you specifically, it might be 1950, or it might be 2050, or 2075. So sometimes that calculation it's not like 100% accurate anyway. It takes time for it to kind of bed in and for you to know exactly where you're sitting, and then you kind of adapt as you go anyway, because as your body composition changes, that's then going to change again, that kind of calorie calculation, and therefore your macros and all that kind of stuff. All of that calculation changes again, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Everything always needs adaptation. That's why we do recommend working with a coach if you are kind of serious about it. But if you're not, just kind of don't step on the scale one day and then come on it a couple of months later and be like, I've gained or lost. Like, I would do it at least 3 times a week, believe it or not, if you are in a dieting phase. Or obviously take your measurements. I'd always recommend measurements more than scale, but take your scale at different times if you are going to do it, because there's loads of people I get on a Sunday and they'll step on and they've gained like a kilo each week, and I'm like, yeah, but what did you do last night? Like, what did you eat? What did you have? Like, are you on your period? Are you this? And it's like, it could be water weight, it could be stress at work. Whereas if you take an average throughout your week, that's going to likely tell you a lot more.
Yeah. We've covered a lot of ground in there. There's probably actually a lot more stuff that we could dig into, and it's hopefully flagged up maybe more questions that people want to chuck into the chat over the next couple of weeks, and we'll get into answering them. Probably time to move on though, because that's actually we're already well over 15 minutes, Josie. For that
we like to ramble.
We're not even out for a walk and we're still rambling on. So probably time. Well, I'm going to say time for Briege's question for definite. And both you and I looked at this one and kind of went, we're not quite sure of the answer, is the long and the short of it. But I think it's more around the injection side of things. So Briege basically smashed in just saying, thoughts on a vitamin B12 injection. Does it help support perimenopause and menopause? It is another nutrition specific one, so I'm going to throw that one in to you, Josie, but I do definitely have some input in on this one.
I know your point, Grandma, says vitamin D. I would recommend daily. Like, well, yeah, dependable, like what time of the year it is. But I also don't think it harms you to take it every day of the year. The reason I say that is because we very much are a society, sorry, that live indoors. We don't get out enough, but also the UK sun isn't strong enough. As much as we wish it was, it just generally isn't strong enough. And I think now with holidays being harder to go on and working from home, I do recommend most people taking it every day of the year. However, the injection.
Sorry, Sorry, Josie. Yeah. It was B12, not D. I'd agree with you on D as well.
Oh, sorry, I thought you said D.
But we've got B for Bravo.
Oh, sorry.
As well as D. You're 100% right on D, and I'm definitely with you on that one. Because we want to have a little chat about kind of what supplements we take as well, and kind of what we recommend taking.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely. But yeah, B12 as an injection as well. But I genuinely think the answer is quite similar in any case.
Yeah. So sorry. The injection. I think because I've not got. I think with what I've done in my degree and my knowledge, I think it's not worth it just because I don't know about it. That's going to be as cocky as it sounds. If it was a really useful thing, and especially the amount of work I've done with menopause and perimenopause, because that was a big case study that I worked on, it was not brought up. It is mainly a thing that especially the older generation tend to get. So I know my grandma gets one, but that is just because she is disabled, does not move at all, and is in a care home. She gets it because she doesn't get enough like in her diet. So yeah, I would only recommend it if you're not able to sustain it. But definitely worth just going to your doctor about that, not forget every bit of online research. That is personal to you and you only.
Yeah, well, again, that's going back to some of our other rambles about like where are you getting your information from? 100%. So I think from a like the B12 specifically point of view. So kind of, well, I'm going to just say the B complex because there's loads and loads of different B vitamins, and most of them kind of fit into kind of energy levels and that kind of stuff. And I think I would definitely recommend taking a B complex supplement. It might be that you just take a B12 supplement, but yeah, because it's probably, oh no, you might need to correct me on this one, Jose, but it's mainly around kind of animal products that you get your B12 from. So if you're vegan or vegetarian, it's definitely worth supplementing. But if you haven't got a high intake from kind of animal products, then it may well be worth supplementing anyway. So yeah, and it's particularly around the kind of the fatigue levels, I think, and a lot of the B complex stuff is around fatigue levels. So I take a B complex, and I definitely know that it's a difference, but I take it in a tablet form, because as far as I'm aware, the vitamin supplements that are put out, like basically any vitamin supplement, is absorbable through the gut lining anyway, and therefore gets into the bloodstream.
Yeah.
So you don't necessarily have to take an injection form, because all the injection form is doing is bypassing that gut barrier. So as long as you know that the complex that you're taking, or the tablet that you're taking, is getting over that gut barrier, which as far as I'm aware they will do, you definitely don't need to take it as an injection. You should be getting more than enough from your tablet form anyway, yeah?
Yeah. There is a lot of plant-based products now with it fortified.
Okay.
When I say the word fortified, I don't mean processed. A lot of people think, oh, that means it's been processed and it's been through God knows what. It just generally means it has been a healthier way of processing, so it's like a better fortification. Can be good, not always bad. So soy milk, I think Alpro is a huge one for it. They have B12 added into it. I'm pretty sure the vegan Lurpak does. Cereals, a lot of cereals have got it fortified in.
Cocoa Pops, talking about those highly processed foods. Cocoa Pops, great for energy.
Pre-workout.
Yeah. 100%.
But I'm more than happy to add a list on to the group chat of fortified foods or normal foods. But yeah, I supplement it as well.
Yeah. So we've got vitamin B complex. We've got vitamin D as well. So again, I supplement vitamin D. Like Josie mentioned, we just don't get enough sunshine in the northern hemisphere. Is the long and the short of it. So D's another one. What other supplements are we on? And are we on slightly different ones? I genuinely don't know the answer.
You want to go?
Yeah, well, shall I start? So I'm going to say the next one for me would be a fish oil, so kind of omega-3, omega-6, that kind of stuff, DHAs and, what are they, DHAs and EPAs? Oh, you're really challenging me now with this. But yeah, fish oil capsule supplement is one of my big ones for definite.
Is that it?
No, so I'm going to say, are you on a fish oil supplement as well?
I am.
Yep.
I work for a company that does it.
Oh yeah, Dr. Seaweed. So I'm going to say fish oil supplement for definite.
Yes.
Huge benefits around those ones. And I think the other big one that everybody should be on, and I was actually talking to a client today about this one, is creatine.
I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah. It's one of those, it's so well researched, it's so safe. It has huge benefits for kind of, just energy levels across the board and cognition and all this kind of stuff. So yeah, if you're not taking creatine, get your life together and get some. It's dirt cheap. You should be taking it. 100%.
I love when somebody did this week. Actually, big up Claire, 'cause it was her who sends me a message being like, I've just started taking creatine, and I'm like, yes, I've got it into you. Take creatine. I don't understand why people don't do it. It's so cheap as well.
Well, I think
These,
creatine's one of those ones that people think is, well, I don't know, maybe think is like a bodybuilding type of supplement. Because I've
yeah,
had conversations with people where they're like, oh, is it a bit like testosterone? Is it a bit like a steroid? Or does it help with muscle building and stuff? I think it just has a really good impact across the board of like almost any health benefit that you're looking for. Creatine's going to provide some form of benefit into there.
there's just no way of getting it through your diet. You
Yeah,
have to supplement it. Your body just can't produce enough creatine. So what's the point in putting it under stress when you could give it more,
yeah,
like, you know,
yeah.
yeah.
It's like 10 quid a kilo or something, and a kilo will last you months. So, yeah, get some. So, fish oil, creatine, D complex, vitamin D, and a vitamin B complex. Do I do anything else? Electrolytes, but probably not as much as I should do.
I just got sent some new ones today. I'm excited to try.
Okay. Well, maybe you can share those with me. Maybe not.
Yeah.
I think that's it. I think genuinely for me.
That takes so many.
Yeah, well, but again, maybe is that down? I'm going to say, is that down to dietary? Because obviously I do eat meat products, and you are pescatarian.
Yeah. So for mine, so yeah, I don't take omega-3 specifically as itself, like 3 or 6. I take it in a one tablet form. So actually, I'll get my tablets because it'll tell you on the back what it's exactly in it. So hey, I have a cute. I hope you have a little pill pot. Look at my little pill pot. I know you can't see, guys, but I've just shown Ben my cute little pill pot.
No, no,
I'm that old. I got a new one for my birthday. Um, so so the reason I wait for Dr. Seaweed is I had to take a lot of convincing. I don't preach anything that I don't believe in. I know lots of people say that, but not all social media people mean it, especially when there's money behind it. But yeah, this is genuinely something I put in my body. I wouldn't recommend something I don't put in my body, unless it is generally like a vitamin that I don't need, but others do. So Dr. Seaweed, if you would like to try any, please let me know. I've got loads of free samples. But basically there's so many different ones, and I take one that's tailorized to me, which is the focus ones. So in them is like quite a lot of the B vitamins. That's why I don't take a B complex itself, just because it's got about 7 different B vitamins in. But it's also got like the omega-3s, the DHAs, omega like 6s, all of those. So I take a general tablet, which is for your thyroid, which is your happy hormones overall, basically, and your cognitive function. So I do take seaweed tablets, which I've put a lot in the group chat before, but if you're not sure, let me know and I can say it again. I take magnesium.
Mm.
I may have said 100 times on these podcasts that I am shit at sleeping. So magnesium is something I do really, really make sure I take. I was really on and off it for a long time, but it is something that really helps me to wind down. I take an iron tablet. So for women specifically, I kind of want to discuss this. So you've got a folic tablet and you've got an iron tablet. Really find out which one you need to take, because they are 2 total different tablets. But when somebody says you're iron deficient, it might not just be that you need an iron tablet, it might mean that you need a folic acid tablet. So they are 2 total different things. So please check. Go see a pharmacist and they'll tell you. I'd say come ask me, but I don't also want to be like liable if you say like 2 weeks later you still feel dizzy. But basically I did swap. So I was on folic tablets. They're basically more of a stronger iron tablet. But it is more for women who are like me and don't get a menstrual cycle. So if you're on a sort of contraception, the 2 do tend to recommend it. But I then have recently swapped to an iron tablet just because other parts of my medication have swapped. But iron tablets are usually good for women who do have menstrual cycles. So yeah, I do take one of those just because I'm veggie. That's my biggest thing is that way. But for women who maybe do have menstrual cycles, it's worth it just because obviously through blood loss that is a big thing. I take what else I take? So I take creatine always. I do actually want to quickly go back to that a second, because when I said that it's dead cheap, please also make sure where you're getting it from. Like
Yeah,
there's
go
so
for it.
many, I don't want to slag it off because you can get good things from there, but please don't go to Home Bargains and B&M and get your creatine just because it's like £10. Like, even on my protein, it's something like £10. It is good, but that is like, it is a backed up, scientifically supported, like creatine source. I've heard, I don't want to put you off it, but like I've heard like horror stories like from like creatines in like Home Bargains and things like that because they're so cheaply made, but also they've not been like, well, backed up by research essentially, that people have had reactions, whereas anything like my protein, bulk, Ecos, all of those are, they have to be okay. Basically.
I was gonna say, I think that's actually a really good point on that one. Like any supplement, I would say that covers. It's like genuinely go to a reputable source. It's quite tricky though because some supplements are like massively overpriced for what they are. So you can get creatine that's like stupidly expensive and it's got loads of like other stuff in it that you don't really need per se. Like you just need creatine phosphate, but you don't want to get the absolute cheapest chip stuff either. It's like it's trying to find that balance. So yeah, my protein and bulk, like I get a lot of my stuff from bulk. It does the job. It's really good stuff. It's high quality at a really decent price.
Yeah, I like bulk. Mine's normally my protein, but that's just because I get other things from there that I don't get from bulk. But I've had bulk, so it's good.
I think they're actually both the same company at the end of it. Like when it first came out, like you were looking at like exactly what the components were in each one. And they were identical. Even back in the day, some of the packaging that I used to get, because I used to get stuff from both of them. I'm going back like probably 15 years now. It was the same packaging. So yeah. Anyway.
Depending on what season I am on, I take beta-alanine. So closer to my competitions, as in 6 to 4 weeks. 4 weeks is kind of pushing it, but sometimes I'm terrible at remembering. I will take beta-alanine, which is basically just a extra recovery supplement. You can take it all year round. It just really depends on you as a person. Again, I could probably do some more research to set like a post for this to come out. It'd be a good like blog post. But yeah, that's more for anybody who is doing a competition, maybe like a high rocks run and something specific. The everyday fit supplement, I wouldn't say it's necessary. I don't know if you know much about it or agree on it, but
yeah, not one. I mean, it's definitely it's one I'm kind of aware of, but not one I've ever really had to kind of dig into. So.
Another one I'm on and off with is L-glutamine. Very good for digestion. Very good for digestive system. If you're somebody that feels like you bloat a lot and kind of struggle with, again, hormonally in your digestive system, that could be a really good one to have first thing in the morning with a glass of water. I'm just on and off with it because, again, I don't think it's an all year round needed supplement. It's when you need it. Then I take a vitamin C tablet. I think they're absolutely pointless, but I only take it because I just have in my head that I'm convinced myself I won't get ill.
Is there no stuff around like vitamin C and energy levels? Because I kind of keep, like, sometimes when I'm having a bit of an energy slump and I look and say, actually, do I get enough vitamin C in my diet? And I'm not 100% sure. But is there not something with vitamin C and energy as well?
Yeah, I think whole food's better. Cool. As in, like, I eat a lot of red peppers in my life and kiwis and things like that. Not just oranges, for everybody who thinks that oranges have a certain thing. Actually has hardly any vitamin C in, so please go. I had somebody, I swear to God, ask me the other day if daily orange juice had loads of vitamin C in. I was like, how do I actually reply to this?
Yeah. Did you ever read the story about like Ribena back in the day, or probably going back before you were, like, not before you were born, but a long time ago? And Ribena always used to claim that it had really high vitamin C content in it. So obviously, like, all the mums and dads were like feeding the kids Ribena and getting the vitamin C in that way. And then there was some kid, I'm going to say they were like in Australia or New Zealand or something like that, actually tested it and went like, there's no vitamin C in it, like, at all. and there was something about, and I don't know if this is still true, but like Ribena had to take all of this like packaging off, saying like, oh, it's high in vitamin C and you're going to get all your vitamin C content from Ribena. It was bollocks.
Yeah, selling point once again.
Yeah. Anyway, that is digression. We're 35 minutes in, Josie, believe it or not.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, that's basically all of it. Obviously, my vitamin D I take. Yeah, that's kind of all my supplements that I take.
Yeah, I think there's a lot more to dig into for this. We've literally talked nutrition, and I feel we've kind of barely scratched the surface of so many areas that affect people, be it around weight loss or weight gain or supplementation. So yeah, what more questions do people have based on what we've been rambling on about for the past 35 minutes? Drop them in the group chat and let us know, and we will do another one. So we are going to take, this is going to go out, well, I'm not quite sure when, because I'm going away on holiday, you are around, but we're back to normal next week, aren't we? Like on Monday the 1st of September, we're back to normal service resumed. So any questions?
Back to school.
Back to school, yeah. Drop them in the group chat from Monday. Get this podcast on whilst you're out for a ramble. We should have said that at the start. Go and get some steps in. Anything else you want to chuck in?
No, that's great. Like I said, if you want any bite-size little ones as well, if there's anything specific you want but you don't want it in a whole podcast, let me know, because we could always just break that down as well.
Yeah. There's so many bite-sized stuff that we could do. Maybe even like a one for each supplement that we take. Anyway, we're digressing. Let's wrap it there, because we have genuinely rambled on. We should walk more, because we get through stuff faster when we walk. 36 minutes, 2 questions.
I'm going for my tea, guys.
I am going to go and get my tea as well. We'll see you all soon.
Bye.
Good night.